Good morning, students. This is Sivakrishna from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Deepak Institute of Technology, Kavali. Today, I am going to presentation on last topic in the power transmission system, chain drives. Then last day class, we are going to discuss in flat drives and weight drives and rope or wire drives, and finally coming to the chain drives. In the previous class, we are going to conduct discussion in introduction to rope drives, fiber ropes, advantages in fiber ropes, ratio of driving tension in fiber ropes, and problems on fiber ropes. In coming to the wire ropes, area of the wire, diameter and wire and area of the wire rope, fact of safety of wire rope, stresses in wire rope, procedure for designing a wire rope. So this is the last class. You can discuss it in the previous class in the previous video. Today we are going to discuss about the chain drives. So introduction to chain drive, advantages and disadvantages in chain drives. Next, terms used in chain drives, design procedure in chain drives, and problems on chain drives. So let us start the class. So introduction. So introduction to chain drive. We have seen in this previous chapter on belt and rope drives that slip may occur. In order to avoid slipping, steel chains are used. So in discussed in the previous chapters, the belt and rope drives are slipping may occur. So the belt and rope drives are maybe rotating the shaft. It can be slipping occurs in some areas at times. In steel drives, steel chains are used in order to avoid for the slipping for rotating the shaft. The chains are made up of number of rigid links which are hinged together by pin joint in order to provide the necessary flexibility for wrapping around the driving and driven wheels. So these chains will be arranged in a number of rigid links by pin joints in order to provide the necessary flexibility for driving and driver wheels. These wheels have protecting teeth of special profile and fit into the corresponding resonance in the links of the chain as shown in the figure. So the wheels will projection of the teeth with the special profile to fit into the corresponding links of the chain. So as shown in the figure, so I will show you. The toothed wheel known as pocket wheels are simply sockets. The sockets and the chains are thus constrained to move together without slipping and ensure perfect velocity ratio. So we can see the figure. So this is the chain link. So the small one is a small socket or pinion. So this is the large socket or gear, so which is connected to the chain. So this is the top of the chain is the chain link. The support is the hinge support. So this is the arrangement of the chain drives. The chains are mostly used to transmit motion and power from one shaft to the another. When the center distance between their shaft is short, such as in bicycles, motorcycles, agricultural machinery, conveyors, rolling mills, road rollers, etc. So the power transmitted from the one shaft to the another shaft is mostly used in the chain system. The center distance between their shaft is very small. So what are the examples in chain drives are bicycles, motorcycles, agricultural machinery, conveyors, rolling mills, and final road rollers, etc. The chains may also be used for long center distance up to 8 meters. So the distance between the two gates is the center distance between the two gates are 8 meters. The chains are used for velocity up to 25 meter per second and for power up to 110 kilowatts. In some cases, higher power transmission also possible. Advantages and disadvantages of chain drive over belt or rope drive. The following are the advantages and disadvantages of chain drive over the flat drive or rope drive. So advantages: as no slip take place during the chain drive, hence perfect velocity ratio is obtained. So no slip is occur in the chain drive. So the velocity is perfect to the ratio of the is obtained. Since the chains are made up of metals, therefore they occupy less space in width than a belt or rope drives. So compared to the chain drives will be made up of metals, so it can be used occupy the less space compared to less space and width and compared to the rope and belt drives. So belt and rope drives occupy the more space and the width also. So that's why we can use the chain drives. So the chain drives is made up of metals. So it may be used for both long as well as short distance. So it is used for long distance and short distance. It gives a high transmission efficiency up to 98%. So in chain drives, the transmission efficiency is up to 98% compared to the belt and rope drives. So it gives less load on the shafts. It has the ability to transmit motion to several shafts by one chain only. It transmits more power than belts. It permits high speed ratio of 8 to 10 in one step. The high speed ratio is approximately in single step 8 to 10. It can be operated under adverse temperature and atmospheric conditions. So it will be operated under temperatures and atmospheric conditions. Next, disadvantages. The production cost of chains is relatively high compared to the belt and rope. The chain drives needs accurate mounting and careful maintenance, particularly lubrication and slack adjustment. The chain drives have velocity fluctuations, especially when under stretched. So these are the advantages in chain drives. So coming to the terms used in chain drives. So what are the terms used in the chain drives? The following terms are frequently used in the chain drives. So what are they? So the first one is pitch of chain. Pitch of chain. So we can see the figure. So the distance between the hinge center to the chain roller. This is the P is the distance. The P is the pitch of the chain. It is the distance between the hinge center of the link and the corresponding hinge center of the adjacent link as shown in the figure. It is usually denoted by P. So already discussed it. So the small circles indicated is the hinge centers. So the distance between the two hinge centers is pitch of the center. It is denoted as a P. So next one, pitch cycle diameter of chain sprocket. Pitch circle diameter of chain sprocket. It is the diameter of the circle on which the hinge center of the chain lie. So capital D is the total diameter of the circle. So this is the pitch center of the diameter of the chain socket. When the chain is wrapped around the socket as shown in the figure, the points A, B, C and D are the hinge centers of the chain. So you can see the diagram. So the small circles are denoted as a hinge centers. So the small A, capital B and capital C and capital D. So these are all the hinge centers of the chain, and the circle drawn through the centers also called pitch circle, and its diameter D, capital D is the total diameter of the chain ring, is known as pitch circle diameter. The point A, B, C and D are the hinge centers of the chain, and circle drawn through the centers is called pitch circle, and its diameter D is called pitch dia circle. So this total dia length of this total dia is called pitch circle of the diameter. Next, relation between pitch and pitch circle diameter. A chain wrapped around the socket is shown in figure. Since the link of the chain are rigid, therefore pitch of the chain does not lie on the arc of the pitch circle. The pitch length becomes a chord. Consider one pitch length AB of the chain subtending an angle theta into the center of the socket or pitch circle. Let capital D is the diameter of the pitch circle and T is the number of teeth of the socket. From figure, we find the pitch of the chain. So we can see the figure. So you can see the figure is this. So chain drive, the total distance between the is T, and the pitch circle is the angle of suspension, angle theta. Length is AB. D is the diameter of the pitch. T is the number of teeth in sprocket. So the relation between the pitch and the pitch circle. So P is equal to AB. That is equal to 2 into A O sin theta by 2. That is equal to 2 into, so capital A into D by 2 into sin theta by 2. That is equal to D sin theta by 2. We know that theta is equal to 360 divided by T. Therefore, P is equal to D into sin of 360 by 2T. That is equal to D into sin of 180 degrees by T, or D is equal to P cosecant 180 degrees by T. This pocket outside diameter D0 for satisfactory operation is given by D0 is equal to D plus 0.8 D1, where D1 is equal to diameter of the chain roller. Next, velocity ratio of the chain drive. The velocity ratio of the chain drive is given by VR is the velocity ratio, that is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to T2 by T1. So this formula is similar to the N1 by N2 is equal to D2 by D1. So diameter of the chain drives. So diameter of the belt and rope drive formula, it is similar to the chain drive. So this will place it to the T, replace it to the T. So T means number of teeth in a small socket and a number of teeth in a large socket. So VR, velocity ratio is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to T2 by T1, where N1 is equal to speed of ratio of smaller socket in RPM, N2 is equal to speed of ratio of large socket in RPM. So T1 is equal to number of teeth on small socket and T2 is equal to number of teeth on large socket. The average velocity of the chain is given by, so V is equal to pi dn by 60. That is equal to T into Pn by 60, where D is the pitch circle diameter of this pocket in meters and P is the pitch of the chain in meters. Length of chain and center distance. So how to calculate the length of the chain and center distance? An open chain drive system connecting the two sprockets as shown in the figure. So this is the large socket and this is small socket. The distance between the two centers O1 and O2 is the x. Next is the P is the pitch of the chain. The distance between the two chain centers is the pitch, denoted as a P, is the pitch circle of pitch of the chain. So let T1 is equal to number of teeth in a small socket, T2 is equal to number of teeth in large socket, P is equal to pitch of the chain, and X is equal to this center distance. So center distance between the O1 and the two socket distance, center distance between the O1 and O2 is denoted as X. So the length of the chain and center distance, the length of the chain L must be equal to the product of the number of chain links K and the pitch of the chain P. So mathematically L is equal to K into P. So the product of number of chains into pitch of the chain. So product means KL into P, multiplication. The number of chain links may be obtained from the following expression. So K is equal to K1 plus K2 by 2 plus 2x by P plus T2 minus T1 whole square, T2 minus T1 by 2 pi whole square into P by X. The value of K is obtained from the above expression must be approximated to the nearest even number. The center distance is given by X is equal to P by 4 into K minus T1 plus T2 by 2 plus square root of K minus T1 plus T2 by 2 whole square minus 8 into T2 minus T1 by 2 pi whole square. In order to accommodate initial slack in the chain, the value of center distance obtained from the above equation should be decreased by 2 to 5 mm. Note, the minimum center distance from the velocity transmission ratio of 3 may be taken as X minimum is equal to D1 plus D2 by 2 plus 30 to 50 mm, where D1 and D2 are the diameters of the pitch circle of the smaller and the larger sockets. For the best results, the minimum center distance should be 30 to 50 times the pitch. The minimum center distance is selected depending upon the velocity ratio, so that the arc of contact of the chain on the small socket is not less than 120 degrees. It may be noted that large angle of arc of contact, ensure a more uniform distribution of load on the sprocket teeth, and better conditions of engagement. The next, classification of chains. So the chains may be based on classified into three groups. So the first one is hoisting and hauling or crane chains, conveyor or tractive chains, and power transmitting or driving chains. So these chains discussed in details in one by one. So these are the three groups for classification of chains: hoisting and hauling, conveyor chain, power transmitting chains. So you can discuss it one by one. Hoisting and hauling chains. So these chains are used for hoisting and hauling purposes and operate at a maximum velocity 0.25 meter per second. The hoisting and hauling chains are of following two types. First one is chain with vowel link. So another one is chain with square link. So we can discuss it first one, chain with vowel link. The links of this type of chains are of vowel shapes as shown in the figure. So we can see the figure in bottom, the chain with vowel link. The joints of each link is welded. So each links of joints is welded. We can see the welding also. This is the first one and second one and third one. The sprockets which are used for link. So the sprockets which are used for this type of chain has separates to receive the links. Such type of chains are used only low speeds, such as chain hoist and in anchors for marine workers. So these chains are only used for marine workers only. So next type is chain with square links. The links of this type of chains are of square shape as shown in the figure. So you can see the figure. The chains of the chain is shown in the square shape. We are arranging the links. Such type of chains are used in hoist cranes, degrades. The manufacturing cost of this type of chain is less than that of chain with vowel links. But these chains, the clicking occurs easily on overloading. So next type is conveyor chain. So these chains are used for elevating and conveying the material continuously at a speed up to 2 meter per second. The conveyor chain has the following two types: detachable or hook joint type chain as shown in the figure A, and closed joint chain type shown in the figure B. So you can see the figures. So this first one is the detachable or hook joint of the chain. So the second one is closed joint type chain. So this chain is already used in the cycles, motors also, bicycles. The conveyor chains are usually made up of malleable cast iron. These chains do not have smooth running qualities. The conveyor chains run at slow speed of about 0.8 to 3 meter per second. So these chains does not have a smooth running qualities. So run at the slow speed, so up to 0.8 to 3 meters only. So the power transmitting chains. How to transmit the power to the chains? So these chains are used for transmitting of power when the distance between the center of the shaft is short. This chain have provision for efficient lubrication. The power transmitting chains are of following three types. So the first one is block or bush chain. A block or bush chain as shown in the figure, we can see the figure. So this is the block or bush chain. This type of chain was used in the early stages to develop the power transmission system. So this type of chain is used to develop the power transmission system. So it produces noise when approaching or leaving the teeth of this pocket because the rubbing between the teeth and the links. So in this block or chain is provided the noise while approaching the leaving the teeth to the socket because running between the teeth and the link. So that's why so it is noising the block or bush chain. Such type of chains is used some extent as conveyor chains at small speed. So this type of chains used in the conveyor chains at small speeds. So the next type is bush roller chain. A bush roller chain as shown in the figure. So you can see the figure. So the bush is attached to the roller. So with the support of inner plate. So the bush roller is arranged to the connecting to the pin with outer plate and inner plate with the diameter of the D and breadth is B. So consists of outer plates are pin link plates, inner plates are roller link plates. So outer plates are pin links, inner plates are roller rings. So you can see the figure also. So outer using the link is pin link is used for the outer. So you can see the figure is in the pin system. So inner roller is inner plate is arranged to the rollers. Roller links, inner plates are roller link plates, pins, bushes and rollers. The pin passes through the bush which is secured in the hole of the roller between the two sets of the chain. The rollers are free to rotate on the bush which protect this pocket wheel teeth against wear. The pin, bushes and rollers are made up of alloy steel. So the rollers are fully rotated in the bush to protect the socket and wheel teeth pulley. The pins, bushes are roller made up of alloy steel. So next third one is silent chain. A silent chain also known as inverted tooth chain. So as shown in the figure, so it has the arrangement of pins, bushes, links. So the distance between the two pins is a pitch. It is designed to eliminate the evil effect caused by stretching and to produce noiseless running. When the chain stretches and the pitch of the chain increases, the links ride on the teeth of this pocket wheel at the slightly increased radius. It automatically corrects the small changes in the pitch. There is no relative sliding between the teeth of the inverted tooth chain and this pocket wheel tooth. When properly lubricated, these chains gives durable service and runs very smoothly and quietly. So the various types of joints used in silent chain as shown in the figure. So we can see the figure. It has 4 types of joints used in the chains. The first one is a solid pin type. So it has two holes by arranging the link attached to the link. So this is the solid pin. So next one is the solid bush type. So arranged to the 2 pins by using the link. It has the pin and bush is arranged. So next third one is split bush type. So it has a split bearing arranged to the joint with the help of pins. So the next type is rocket pin type. So this type is seen in the log rocket model. So this is the split pin. So these are the 4 joints used in the chains to transmit the power. Factor of safety for chain drives. The factor of safety for chain drives is defined as a ratio of the braking strength WB of the chain to the total load of the driving slide of the chain W. So mathematically factor of safety is equal to WB by W. So the ratio of the braking strength is divided to the driving slide of the chain. So factor of safety is equal to WB by W. So the braking strength of the chain may be obtained by the following empirical relations. That is, WB is equal to 106 P square in Newton for roller chains. That is equal to 106 into P in Newtons per mm width of the chain for silent chains, where P is the pitch in mm. So the total load or total tension or the driving slide of the chain is the sum of the tangential driving force Ft, centrifugal tension in the chain Fc, and the tension in the chain due to slagging Fs. We know that the tangential driving force acting on the chains Ft is equal to power transmitted in watts divided by speed of the chain meter per second. Power transmitted is equal to P, speed of the chain is equal to V in Newtons. Ft is equal to P by V Newtons. Centrifugal tension in the chains F is equal to mv square. So this one is also the Newtons. And the tension in the chain due to the slagging Fs is equal to kmg into x. So this one also Newtons, where m is the mass of the chain per kg per meter length, x is the distance between the center distance in meters, and k is a constant which takes into another the arrangement of the chain drive, that is equal to 2 to 6 when the center line of the chain is inclined to the horizontal at an angle less than 40 degrees. In next one, in 1 to 1.5 where the central line of the chain is inclined to the horizontal at an angle greater than 40 degrees. For using the 2 to 6 central distance between the central line, the angle is less than 40 degrees. Next, 1 to 1.5 the distance between the central line, the angle is greater than 40 degrees arrangement. The following table shows the factor of safety for the bush roller and silent chains depend depending upon the speed of the sprocket pinion in RPM and pitch of the chains. So we can see the tables. So factor of safety N for bush roller and silent chain. So we can see the table, type of the chain, pitch of the chain, speed of the sprocket pinion in RPM. So first one is bush roller chain. Pitch of the chain is 12 to 15 mm, 20 to 25 mm, 30 to 35 mm. For arranging the bush, pitch of the chain is 12 to 15. Speed in this pocket. So it has 50, 200, 400 range between increasing the speed is 50, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1100, 1200, 1600, 2000. So this will be the speed of the pinion will be increased in the range between 50 to 100, 40, 400, 600. So coming to the bush, the speed is 7, 7.8, 8.55, 9.35, 10.2, 11, 11.7, 13.2, 14.8. Coming to the roller, pitch of the chain is 20 to 25. The speed of this pocket pinion is 7, 8.2, 9.35, 10.3, 11.7, 12.9, 14, 16.3. So last in chains, the pitch of the chain is 30 to 35, 7, 8.55, 10.2, 13.2, 14.8, 16.3, 19.5. So coming to the silent chain. So silent chain is 12.7 to 15.87 pitch of the chain. So it will be speed of the rocket pinion is 20, 22.2, 24.4, 28.7, 29, 31, 33.4, 37.8, 42.0. So next one is 19.05 to 25.4 is 20, 23.4, 26.7, 30, 33.4, 36.8, 40, 46.5, 53.5. So these are the factor of safety for bush roller and silent chains. So next coming to permissible speed for smaller pocket. The following table shows the permissible speed of smaller pocket or pinion in RPM for bush, roller and silent chain corresponding to different pitches. So for table seeing the permissible speed for smaller pocket or pinion in RPM. So type of the chain is bush roller chain, silent chain. So number of teeth in pocket pinion is 15, 19, 23, 27, 30. So silent chain is 17 to 35. So pitch of the chains in PMM is so 2300, 1900, 1315, 1115, 1000. So we can see the table. So these are the permissible speeds of small pockets in the pinion in RPM. So these tables are also all given in the data book in Jalaluddin data book. So power transmitted by chains. How to transmit the power by chains? So the power transmitted by chain on the basics of braking load is given. P is equal to WB into V by 10 into Ks in watts, where WB is equal to braking load in newtons, V is equal to velocity of chain in meter per second, N is equal to factor of safety, and Ks is equal to service factor, that is equal to K1 into K2 into K3. The power transmitted by the chain on the basics of bearing stresses is given by P is equal to sigma B into A into V by Ks. where sigma s is equal to allowable bearing stresses in megapascals or Newton per mm square. A is equal to projected bearing area in meter per mm square. V equal to velocity of the chain in meter per second. And finally, Ks is service factor. The power rating for simple roller chain depending upon the speed of the smaller socket is shown in the following table. So you can see the table. So the table is power rating in kilowatts of simple roller chain. So you can see the table. So table will be denoted as speed of the smaller socket or pinion in RPM in power in kilowatts. So in 100 RPM, the power is 0.25, 0.64, 1.18, 2.01, 4.83. So similarly, 2000 power, so 3.80, 8.67, 13.49, 20.57. So you can see the table. So this the speed of the RPM of the pinion power is used in the problems. So next, the power transmitted by the chains. The service factor Ks is the product of various factors such as load factor K1, lubrication factor K2, and rating factor K3. The values of these factors are taken as follows. So this is the constant. So it is used for the problems. So load factor K1 and lubrication factor K2, a rating factor K3. The K1, K2, K3 values will be noted to the following loads. So coming to the load factor, so K1 is equal to 1 for constant load. For applying the constant load, K1 is equal to 1. Next, for applying the variable load with mild stock, so the value is 1.25. So coming to the heavy shock load, the value is loading factor K1 is equal to 1.5. So this is the load factor of K1. Next, go to the lubrication factor K2. So 0.8 for continuous lubrication. So 1 for drop lubrication, 1.5 for periodic lubrication. So coming to the rating factor, 1 for 8 hours per day. So 1.25 for 16 hours per day. So 1.5 for continuous service. So these are the load factors and lubrication factor and rating factor K1, K2 and K3. Next one, maximum speed of chains. So the maximum allowable speed for the roller and silent chain depending upon the number of teeth on the smaller socket or pinion and chain pitch as shown in the following table. So we can see the table maximum allowable speeds for chains in RPM. So this table is table of type of the chain, number of teeth on the smaller socket, chain pitches in mm. So the chain pitch is 12, 15, 20, 25, 30. So coming to the roller chain, the number of teeth in the smaller sockets are 15, 19, 23, 27, 30. So coming to the 15, the chain pitches is 2300, 1900, 1350, 1150, 1100. So coming to the 19 sockets, so 2400, 2000, 1450, 1200, 1050, 1050. So coming to the 23 teeth of the small sockets, 2500, 2100, 1500, 1250, so 1100. So coming to the 27 teeth, 2550, 2150, 1550, 1300, 1100. So finally last 30 number of teeth, 2600, 2200, 15, 1550, so 1300, 1100. So coming to the smaller chain, so the teeth of the small chain pockets is 17 to 35. So 3300, 2650, 2200, 1650, 1300. So these are the maximum allowable speeds in the speed for chains in RPM. For number of teeth in chain pitches. Next, principal dimensions of tooth profile. The standard profiles for the teeth of this pocket as shown in the figure according to Indian standard in ISO 2403 to 1991. The principal dimensions of the tooth profile as shown in follows. So the first one is tooth flank radius RE, that is equal to 0.008 D1 into T square plus 180 is it is usually in maximum. 0.12 D1 into T plus 2 is minimum, where D1 is equal to roller diameter and T is equal to number of teeth. So next one, roller seating radius. For coming to the maximum RT is equal to 0.505 D1 plus 0.069 into cubed root of D1 is for maximum. For minimum 0.505 D1. So third one, roller seating angle alpha, that is equal to 140 degrees minus 90 degrees by T for maximum. For minimum, rolling seating angle alpha is equal to 120 degrees minus 90 degrees by T. Next, tooth highest above the pitch polygon HA, that is equal to 0.65 P minus 0.5 D1 plus 0.8 P by T for maximum. So coming to the minimum tooth height, so 0.5 by P minus D1. So we can see the figure. Rim profile of the socket, so tooth profile of the socket. So A is tooth profile of the socket. So the distance between the two hinges is P pitch. Next, height of this is DA by 2 and D by 2 and DF by 2. So angle is 360 divided by T. Dia of the circle is small circle is D1. So next one, pitch circle diameter D is equal to P by sine of 180 by T, that is equal to P into cosecant 180 by T. So 1 by sine is equal to cosecant theta. So that's why P cosecant 180 by T. So the sixth one is top diameter D naught DA, top diameter. So top diameter DA is equal to D plus 1.25 P minus D1 for maximum, that is equal to D plus T into 1 minus 1.6 by T minus D1 for minimum. Root diameter DF is equal to D minus 2R1. Tooth width BF1 is equal to 0.93 B1 where P less than or equal to 12.7 mm. Next, tooth width 0.95 B1 when P greater than 12.7 mm. Next, tooth side radius RS is equal to P. Tooth side relief BA is equal to 0.1 P to 0.15 P. Width over the teeth BF2 and BF3 equal to number of standards minus 1 into PT plus BF1. So these are the principal dimensions of the tooth profile. So next, last one, design procedure of chain drive. So what are the procedure used in the chain drives? The chain drives is designed as discussed below. So first of all, determine the velocity ratio of the chain drive. Select the minimum number of teeth on the smaller pocket or pinion from the table. So from seeing the data book, find the number of teeth on the largest pocket. Determine the design power by using the service factor such that design power is equal to rated power by service factor. Choose the type of chain, number of standards for the design power and RPM of the smaller socket from the table. Note down the parameters of the chain such as pitch, roller diameter, minimum width of the roller, etc. from the table. So next, find pitch circle diameters and pitch line velocity of the smallest pocket. Determine the load W on the chain by using the following relation, that is W is equal to rated power by pitch line velocity. So next one, calculate the factor of safety by driving the braking load WB to the load on the chain W. This value of factor of safety should be greater than the value given in the table. Fix the center distance between these pockets. Determine the length of the chain. The other dimensions may be fixed as given in Act 21.7. So these are the design procedure for the chain drive. So next, problems on chain drive. So problem, design a chain drive to accurate a compressor from 15 kilowatts, electric motor running at 1000 rpm. So power is given and N is given. The compressor speed being 350 rpm, so N1, N2 is given. The maximum center distance is 500 meters, so X is given. The compressor operates 16 hours per day. The chain tension may be adjusted by shifting the motor on slides. So the given data, rated power is equal to 15 kilowatts, speed N1 is equal to 1000 rpm, N2 is equal to 350 rpm. We know that the velocity ratio of the chain drives, so VR is equal to N1 by N2, that is equal to 1000 divided by 350. we can calculate the value 2.86, so it will be rounded to 3. So the velocity ratio of the chain drive is 3. From table, we find for the roller chain the number of teeth on the small socket or the pinion, the velocity ratio of 3 or 25. So we can see the table from the Jalaluddin data book. So you can find the roller chain, the number of teeth on the smaller sockets or pinion, the velocity ratio is 3 or 25. So therefore, number of teeth on the large sprocket or gear T2 is equal to T1 into N1 by N2. So we can calculate the T2. So T1 is equal to 25 into 1000 by 350, that is equal to 71.5. Then it will be rounded to 72. So T2 is equal to 72. So, so T1 is taken as the table for number is velocity ratio is 3. So velocity ratio 3 means the value of the T1 is the 25 socket pinion. So this will 25 is taken to the tabular form. We know that the design power is equal to rated power into service factor Ks. The service factor Ks is the product of various factors K1, K2 and K3. The value of these factors are taken as follows. To the load factor K1 for variable load with heavy shock. So is that equal to 1.5? We've already seen in the previous slides. The power transmitter system, the K1. So 1.5 is a periodic lubricant is given to the loading factor by using the problem. So next, lubrication factor K2 for drop lubrication is 1. The rating factor K3 for 16 hours per day is, the rating factor is 16 hours per day is, so you can see the values. So the rating factor for 16 hours is 1.25. So this is all used in the problem. The rating factor K3 for 16 hours per day is 1.25. Therefore, service factor Ks is equal to K1 into K2 into K3. That is equal to 1.5 into 1 into 1.25. Those these values are taken to the data book also for the tabular form from the Jalaluddin data book. So you can calculate the service factor Ks is equal to 1.875 and the design power P is equal to 15 into 1.875, that is equal to 28.125 kilowatts. From the table, we find the corresponding to the pinion speed of 1000 rpm. The power transmitted for the chain number is 12 is 15.65 kilowatts per standard. Therefore, the chain number 12 with two standards can be used to transmit the required power from the table 2.1. We find the pitch P is equal to 19.05. For seeing the table, the power transmitted of the chain is at 12. So we can calculate the design power. The design power is 28,000, see 28.125 kilowatts. So rounding the 28,000, 28.125 kilowatts. So we can see the table is, so power transmitted to the table. So this is the 23,000 approximate the value. This is the pitch of the chain is a 12. So bush roller chain. So this is used to the problem. And finally the power transmitted is number is 12. So it's already seen. So therefore the number of 12 with two standard can be used the power transmitted from the table 2.1. So power P is equal to 19.05. So for number 12, so what is the pitch value is 19.05 is taken to the problem. So this value is also taken to the tabular form for seeing the Jaladin data book. P is equal to 19.05 millimeters. So now we calculate the roller diameter. D is equal to 12.07 mm. The minimum width of the roller W is equal to 11.68 millimeters. Breaking load WB is equal to 59 kilowatts. So the breaking load WB is equal to 15 kilonewton. So this kilonewton will be converted as newtons. 59 into 10 cube Newton. We know that the pitch circle diameter of the small sprocket or pinion D1 is equal to P cosecant 180 by T1. So that is equal to P 19.05. So cosecant 180 minus T1 250. So you can calculate the value. D1 is equal to 19.05 into 7.98, that is equal to 192 mm. So this millimeters convert to meters, that is equal to 0.152 meters. So D1 is equal to 0.152 meters. And the pitch circle diameter of the large sprocket or gear, so D2 is equal to P cosecant 180 by T2. So substitute the values 119.05 cosecant 180 by 72. So we can calculate the value. D2 is equal to 0.436 meters. Pitch line velocity of the smaller sprocket V1 is equal to pi D1 N1 by 60. That is equal to pi into D1 0.152 into 1000 by 60. That is equal to 7.96 meter per second. So therefore load on the chain W is equal to rated power by pitch of the pitch line velocity. So this formula is already given to the design procedure. Rated power is equal to W is equal to rated power by pitch line velocity. That is equal, what is the rated power is 15 by pitch line velocity 7.96. So this is the velocity V1. So rated power is also already given to the problem. Power P is equal to 15 kilowatts. So W is equal to 15 by 7.96, that is equal to 1.844 kilonewton. So this kilonewtons will be converted to the newtons, that is equal to 1844 Newton. And finally calculate the factor of safety WB by B, that is equal to 59 into 10 power 3 by 1844, that is equal to 32. So the factor of safety is 32. These values is more than the value given the table, which is equal to the 11. The minimum center distance between the smaller and the large sprockets should be 30 to 50 times the pitch. Let us take it as 30 times the pitch. Therefore, center distance between the sprockets, that is equal to 30 into P, that is equal to 30 into 19.05, equal to 572 mm. In order to accommodate initial sag in the chain, the value of center distance is reduced by 2 to 5 mm. Therefore, correct center distance x is equal to 572 minus 4, that is equal to 568 mm. So we know that the number of chain links, so k is equal to k1 t1 plus t2 by 2 plus 2x by p plus t2 minus t1 by 2 pi whole square into p by x. So substitute the values. T1 is equal to 25 plus T2 is equal to 72 by 2 plus 2 into x is a 568 by P, pitch 19.05 plus T2 72 minus T1 25 by 2 pi whole square into P 19.05 by x 568. So we can calculate the value. So x is equal to 48.5 plus 59.6 plus 1.9, that is equal to 110. So final the value is x is equal to k is equal to 110. So therefore length of the chain L is equal to k into P. So k is equal to 110 into P is equal to 19.05, that is total length L is equal to 2096 millimeters. The length of the chain is 2096 millimeters. So this millimeters will be converted to the meters. So 2.96. So almost 2 meters. So the total length of the chain is 2.096 meters. So this is the completion of the chain drive. So unit 1 is completed for the power transmission system by using the flat drives, chain drives, wheel drive, rope or wire drives and chain drives. So thank you.